science, history, Bible, all the things. We are talking about electives and family style kind of learning that we're going to be doing. I'm gonna ask my son, Nicholas, to choose 2 curriculums from The Good and the Beautiful that he wants to do. He's gonna have his curriculum picks for science today that we're going to be doing family style. I wonder what he's going to pick. I kind of have an idea, but maybe I'm wrong. We will see in today's video. Also gonna be sharing a little bit of a preview of our history that we're going to be doing. A lot of you have asked for a bit of like a first impressions. Today is the day where I'll be sharing with you guys my first impressions. Did I make a mistake when it comes to history? We will find out based on my first impressions. And I'll be talking about Bible. I'll be talking about some extras that we're adding here and there. So there's a lot to talk about. So if you love homeschooling and curriculum videos, just keep on watching. Let's talk all things science when it comes to The Good and the Beautiful. They sent me over 6 of their science units. They're new, updated, and revised. Some are new units. And today, Nicholas is going to pick which one he wants. I'm gonna allow him to pick 2 of them for now because I have other units from other companies that I do wanna use. So let's see what he wants to pick for his science units. Okay, so we have a bunch of science units here, and what I told the kids is that they each can pick a science unit that they want to do for the next year when we're starting in the fall. So this is Nicholas. Say hi, Nicholas. Hi. He's a little sweaty. He was outside right now playing. But Nicholas, look at the units that we have here. So we have health in the human mind. We have arthropods. We have ecosystems, mammals, weather and water, and we have birds. Okay, and each of them, they have different like book packs that go along with it. Of course, yeah. Book packs that go along with it. They have like your student journal, which this one would be your student journal, grades 3 to 6. Then they have like even a book for Michael to read. They have different books and even a nature reader. This. With each of the units, we went over like different field trips that we could possibly do. So with the arthropods, we decided that we could go to a butterfly conservatory place where you could see butterflies, the butterflies go on you. That's in Niagara Falls. We could maybe do like a beehive honey making class. They offer a lot of those here in Ontario, so we could kind of take a look at that. If we did the mammals unit, we could go to the zoo, or we could go to a polar bear conservatory, which we have here in Ontario. And there's even one where you don't actually swim with the polar bears, but there is a big kind of glass and you can swim, and the polar bears are on the other side and you're swimming kind of with the polar bears. That would be kind of fun too. That's if the mammals unit, if we did that, that's kind of like an idea. If we did weather and water, we could do an air balloon ride. There is a lesson regarding air and air balloon and even an experiment. So we could do an air balloon ride. We have quite a few of those in Ontario as well. And we could maybe go to a windmill farm. Yeah. We have a lot of those here. If we did health in the human mind, we one of the units is talking about like your hearing and your senses. Maybe we could go to a musical. We can go take a nutrition class. Go to a spa. That was what Nicholas said, because it's relaxation. I'm all for it. If Nicholas wants to go, we'll go do our nails and get a nice massage on our feet. That would be really fun. I'm not opposed to that. And then we could also go to the science center. We have a science center here, and I think they have a section where it has to do with like senses, your brain, and all that kind of stuff. So that would be a good one. So for ecosystems, if we went with that one, we could go to the zoo, and maybe we could do like a camping trip, like in a tent. And then for the birds, we thought of going to a bird sanctuary where we see a bunch of birds, we can feed the birds and do that, and then go to the zoo. That's the only thing that we could have think of. But Nicholas, right now, he's going to decide which is the units that we're going to do. He's gonna pick the 2 units, and we're just gonna allow him to pick the 2 units that we're gonna do. So Nicholas, what do you think?
I'm gonna do the birds unit.
The birds unit. Okay, so he really wants to do the birds unit, I mean, I'm all for it. It has so many good add-ons, like the bird watching notebook, right? We're gonna get some really nice binoculars. We have so many beautiful birds here, so it's gonna be so much fun.
We have also a red cardinal.
We love red cardinals. There's the journal, the student journal, but there's also this drawing 100 birds where there's different instructions of how you draw the different birds. There is a songbird study book that looks really, really sweet and nice. And then there is also, with that book pack, there's the Mission Migration, which is another book that comes as an extra that we're going to read. And then we have a read aloud. This is more for the older ages, but we could definitely do this as a read aloud if we wanted to. We'll still decide on that. And there's the nature reader, which is the bird one. So that comes along with this. So, okay, so one of them we got down. What's the next one? Oh, I forgot to mention, there's even like the game. I think this really sold you on it too. This game is so sweet. It's like a card game. And it tells you how to play it, but there's just different classifications of birds. But look at the images.
It's really good.
It's nice, right? And then it has the facts in the back of it. Let's see if it doesn't get me. This is really nice. Okay, so these unit studies, they look really good, right? Okay, what's the next one that we're gonna do?
So I'm trying to decide. It's either health in the human mind.
No way!
Or...
Are you serious?
Or it could be arthropods.
No way! Okay, I thought you were definitely gonna go with mammals. Okay, let's get these two in here. Arthropods and health in the human mind. I was not expecting the health in the human mind. Arthropods, yes, but health in the human mind? Who are you?
Let me go through it again. So, health in the human mind.
He's deciding. We'll go to a spa. I'm all for the spa.
I don't like getting massaged. Boring.
You don't like massages? No. Look, massages. So which one is it going to be, Nicholas?
Arthropods.
Arthropods? Okay, so we are going to go with arthropods. Good choice. So those are the two units that Nicholas wants to do. Okay, awesome.
I wanted to let you guys know about the Homestead Makeup Bundle that we will be using for this new school year. I'm so excited about it. There is just so many resources here, and whenever there is a bundle that I am really excited about, I do like sharing it with you guys because I know that a lot of you ask me, Gina, when is another bundle out? This bundle is out. It is $25, and up until May 17th, you can get this bundle. I'll have a link down below. There is an upgrade that you can get for $10 extra, and it includes a nature study as well. I'll leave a link down below so you guys can see the details. I'm super excited about this one. I want to thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers here on my channel, so I am doing a giveaway on this video. If you enter, you will win this beautiful mug. You will get a devotional for you to add to your homeschool, and then I'm also including 2 notebooks with beautiful Bible quote on it, and who doesn't like notebooks, right? Let me know down below your favorite unit study or subject this year that you have done. And make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and that is it. Details to enter the giveaway will be in a pinned comment as well.
So let's show you how the history from The Good and the Beautiful is looking like, because that's the one that I chose for us to do this year, and it looks promising. Okay, so I got the History Year 1 course book, and I'm gonna show you a little bit inside of it. Now, some of the things that I'm noticing here is that it's divided into 4 units. Okay, so we're learning about ancient history, the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, the French and the Indian War through the Revolutionary War, the Victorian era, the history of flight, and the Cold War era. So it's divided into 4 units, 60 lessons, and I think this is supposed to be done in a year. So there is 4 units. And it has about the course. Now, before I open this up, I did read a little bit of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you a couple of things that stood out to me, whether pros and cons, okay? So one of the things that I really like is that it has an emphasis on God and character. So you're gonna see a lot of like, we're talking about God here. This is a Christian curriculum. It has a Christian worldview. It has a family style approach. So it's for K up until grade 12, but that's you to decide, right? Because you know how your child is. It did state here that if you have a child, like your first child, like your oldest child is, the oldest is in kindergarten, make sure you only start this in the first grade. I would even say second grade, guys, because like, I don't know. Or you can even delay it even more. Nicholas is in the 4th grade right now. So, and then my youngest, he's in kindergarten, he's going into the 1st grade. And it says here, a 60-minute lesson 2 to 3 times a week. That is a lot. We're definitely not doing a 60-minute lessons, 2 to 3 times a week. That is too much for us. So we will probably break down the lessons and we will just make it work for us. It says open and go, which I really, really like. It talks about the Christian worldview over here. And I read all of this, okay? And it tells you like what you need. So it comes with the actual course book. I have the game over here. So let me just show you the game. It tells you when to play this game. And there is a game. It has game pawns, some little pieces here. It has some cards, and then it actually has the actual board game in here. And it looks, that's awesome that they include a board game. So I think that's really fun. It comes with a book of history stories, and it says the whole meaning behind this is that you don't have to spend, hundreds of dollars on books. There's really great books in here that go well with the lessons, and it'll tell you, I believe, when to read these. I'm guessing. I haven't done the lessons yet, but I'm thinking that's what it is. And you'll notice that all of the books, the illustrations are very different in each one of them, but they are very nice. So I really like that. You could tell that it's a longer types of books. So what does that tell me? That this is more for Nicholas. Obviously Michael can listen in, but I don't expect my younger ones to be, listening to this if they like their attention span, right? So I'm really liking this book over here. It's very colorful. It makes up for the lack of color in here. There's also the books, read aloud books that go along with each of the unit, but you don't have to read these ones per se. On their website, they have more additional information there, and they have book recommendations. So if you want to choose a different book, you definitely can. There's even recommendations for younger ages as well. I got the book pack. So this is the first, for this first unit, it's Boy of the Pyramids, okay? So, and I got the book pack for each one of them. It's a read aloud. And within those 60 minutes, the book read aloud is included like for 20 minutes. There is audio recordings, a dramatized audio recording. So I thought that was very interesting too. Or you can actually skip the audio recordings and you can read it. It's almost like a little play. And it really brought me back to like my high school experience when I took drama. So I think this would be really fun for me and Nicholas. But online, if you go, it'll tell you, like, you could kind of see how that sounds like. There's also student explorers. So I didn't know this, and I'm happy that it's really important to read instructions, but there's student explorers for different ages, grades 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and then 10 to 12. And they're all black and white. I'll put a little screenshot over here so you guys can kind of take a look. But Nicholas would be in the 4 to 6. If you have any kids lower than grade 1, then you put them in the grades 1 to 3. There seems to be more coloring when it comes to the student explorers, and there's the student explorers for Nicholas would be the 4 to 6. Okay, so you have to print that out. That's an extra thing that you have to do. The history course book, I'll put the amount here, but I think it was like a good price. There's memorization, so they put an emphasis memorizing of different powerful texts. So that's nice. The Good and the Beautiful, they're really into like memorizing stuff, which is good, right? So we start unit 1 with ancient history. And the first one is about the creation. So it talks about creation, and it tells you the extra items that you need. You'll notice black and white, not lots of color. And you'll see here that this is the lesson over here. There are certain things they tell you, okay, go to, your student explorers, and you can read Genesis 1 and 2 while the child completes their student explorers, so they can, do their explorers while you read the Bible. So you see here, extras needed is the Bible. And then there's the read aloud suggestions that you would read aloud for this particular lesson. It doesn't look like too long. Then lesson 2 is seems even shorter, but there is the recording, to play the recording, which I think is really nice having this. And then if you don't want to play the recording, you can always read it. And it's almost like a dramatization, like a script. It tells history through a story. So I really like that. Lesson 3, look at this. It's small too. So it seems like the lessons will vary in lengths, as you can see. And let me see here if I can see maybe like a large, so this lesson here, lesson 6, government and buildings. Okay. So you'll see here, there's a little bit more to it. There's an optional craft. So there are crafts within the lessons that you can do. It's optional. Okay. And then let's go to kind of like the middle so we can kind of see how it's looking like. Let's go to unit 3. So New France, this one, young George Washington. The only thing I wish it was in color. I would like it more if it was in color, but I know they are coming out with a new edition, but I wanted to try this out. And you never know, maybe I'll try this out, I'll really like it, and then I get the new edition, I'll love it even more, right? Or maybe I won't like this at all, so we will find out. But it does seem like I probably will pick and choose what we will do. It does have a very much a focus on like US history too. So my US friends, you will get a little bit, it goes back to US history. There's like the coming of the 4th of Declaration of Independence. So there is a good amount of US history here, which is okay. I'm okay with it right now because I do have a little bit of extras that I'm adding into our homeschool, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. And I think it'll tell you if you have younger ages to kind of skip a lesson because it might go over their heads. So it did mention that when I was reading the, how to do these lessons. One of the lessons that I thought was super cute, I was just like going through the lessons. Let me just show you guys that I thought it was kind of nice. So it says here, Introduction to Ancient Egypt, and it says extra items. It says Egyptian style foods, or to taste pomegranates, melons, raisins, figs, and or apricots. And while we're hearing the recording, we're gonna like eat these different foods. So I really like it. Like it has like a different sensory experience. It has a lesson like this, so I appreciate that. And in some lessons, there's nothing extra that's needed. So that's how the history is kind of looking. I think I kind of gave you guys a overall kind of look at it. I know some of you were mentioning it, but a lot of you also mentioned that you really like the history, that you've tried it. It can be a little bit long sometimes, which I am okay with cutting down certain things and just kind of splitting up a lesson into 2. But I'm actually super excited about this, the components, of all of it. So let me know if you ever tried the history. Be honest, if you didn't like it, there's nothing wrong with it. Tell me, did you like it? Did you not? So because I mentioned history, I also got some of social studies, geography, Canada, my country. And this is just kind of like a little, like it's a unit study. It's divided into, I think, is it 6 units? Yep, 6 units. And we talk about political, physical maths, symbols of Canada, our government, freedoms in Canada, and outstanding Canadians. So I think this is more like geography focused. I think it's very easy to incorporate all my kids when it comes to this. So I think we're gonna do this at least like once or twice a week. There's worksheets. I know some of you, my Canadian followers, were asking about this. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys inside of it. It's a little pricey. I think this is like $36. So there's different activities to do. We talk about the Arctic, the plains, Western mountains. I think this is good for Canadian geography, social studies, a bit of history too. So you can kind of just get a look at how this is looking. Sorry guys, I'm using one hand. Our government. And this is definitely for like younger ages, I would say. Then I got this one, Canada's Natives Long Ago. So I'll just show you guys a little bit inside here. This is my first impressions too, so haven't really looked through it. It seems like it's divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 different units. So we're talking about the first peoples of Canada, beginnings. So history, this is very religion, meeting the Europeans. I really found like a love more for history when I did Living Off the Land by Gather Round. That was a lot of fun. So learning about like the natives and Eastern woodland farmers. This seems like more for the older ages compared to like my youngest one. I don't think I'll do this with him. But anyways, I wanted to get my hands on this just to kind of look inside of it. And this is how this one is kind of looking. So you can kind of see if you're Canadian, if this is something that you want to take a look at, this is how it's looking like. I've told you guys before, we always do some type of devotional. And these are the 2 devotionals that I have so far for us in September. For Christmas, the kids got this devotional over here. It's called Our Daily Bread for Kids. And we've just been doing this right now until we pick up this one here in September, which I've been liking. I've been liking it. There's nothing wrong with this one. We might even just continue this one and then pick up this one once we're finished this one in the end of the year. We do a devotional every single day. So we go through devotionals quite a lot. And I know that a lot of you mentioned in my previous video, you guys want to just kind of see inside of this. So it's Bible stories, right? But I just think the illustrations are so nice. Look at it, it looks so beautiful. And I don't know how I found this like on Facebook, recommended it to me, and I ended up just buying it on Christian Book, but I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. You can kind of take a look at how it looks like. I'll try to link everything down below in the description of this video. Roar Like a Lion seems like a really great one too. And it has 90 devotionals. I think it looks really nice. So this is the devotional that we're going to be doing. Another curriculum that I should mention that I got is from a homeschool mom as well, and she makes homeschool curriculum, and one of them is all about vaccinations. I know, controversial kind of topic. I know, controversy here. But honestly, these last couple of years, my eyes have been very opened to pharmaceutical, to this world, you know? And I think it's important to ask questions. I think it's important to understand the things that are going into your body. So this homeschool mom, she came out with a study all about like vaccination and vaccines, what's in vaccines. I'm interested. I'm interested to know more about this topic. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. And I think people think that once you start asking questions, it's because you're a conspiracy theorist or all that kind of stuff. I want to approach this with, you know, just an open mind. So it is actually for younger elementary ages as well. So it's a study that we're going to do all as a family. I'll link it down below. I think it's only coming out in December, but I bought it as a pre-order. I didn't even know it was a pre-order. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I bought it, I got so excited because I think Ashley from Gathered and Grounded, I mentioned Ashley from Gathered and Grounded a lot on my YouTube channel because I like her recommendations. She's the one who mentioned it, and after I went and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a look at it, and it's a digital curriculum, and that's definitely one that we're going to do more towards the end of the year, but definitely one that is on our list of things to do, and I think it's gonna be really great for us to learn more about that topic. Now, another thing that I purchased, which is like a digital type of curriculum, is my friend Monique She is a creator and she creates different types of curriculum, and she is Canadian. And she came out with a curriculum on how to teach your child to file taxes. And this is more for like the middle elementary age, but I decided to grab it just because when tax season comes next year, I'm gonna be doing a couple of things with Nicholas to get him involved. So I already purchased that. I will have a link to Monique's website down below. She is a Canadian homeschool mom, writer, creator. She's amazing. I've already done units from her before, but I thought I would mention this because what most valuable thing that we can offer our kids, life skills, but also things that they're going to have to do. Everyone has to do their taxes. So it's nice to introduce that to kids. Now this is for ages 10 and up, I believe. I'll put the age here, but I did decide to grab that, so I wanted to mention it here because I think that's a pretty cool unit study, and it's for Canadians, right? Because us Canadians, we do our taxes a bit different from America, probably very different from America. But I thought I would mention that for my Canadian homeschool families. Now, another thing that I wanted to do is a unit from Campfire Curriculums. I love Campfire Curriculums. I've done a good amount of their units, and it's always a special time when we do a unit from Campfire Curriculums. I'm not sure which one we're gonna do yet. That is very open for us to decide at a later date, but I think I wanna do like the natural remedies one. But at the same time, I feel like that would be one that would be a little bit too advanced for my kids in a way. I feel like I just wanna do it. It's almost like my husband and I, we're gonna do the unit study, if anything. But I definitely would want to do something from Campfire Curriculums. But if there's one that you really like, let me know down below. Gather Round. So I like incorporating a Gather Round unit into our home. Although my son is doing already something from Gather Round, which I will share in his curriculum picks. I do have Gather Round's US History, the last one that they came out with. And I bought it because they're talking about like events in history that have come up until now, which has to do with the whole pandemic, lockdowns, this whole thing that's happening in the world, like the woke movement, Black Lives Matter, white supremacy. It talks about all those things. And I got it more because I was kind of interested to see like, what is it all about? But then there was a little bit of drama surrounding it. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. But anyways, I was just kind of like, I don't even know if I was actually gonna do a flip through because I thought it was so interesting, the topics there, but there was also some things that were in the beginning of the unit talking about a certain person in history that there was a mistake in there. If you're in the email list from Gather Round, you know what we're talking about. But anyways, that's one of the units that I have. I doubt that I will get to it, but I do have that unit. If that's something that you wanna see, I can do a flip through and we could do a first impressions together. So you let me know. My kids will probably be doing some extracurricular activities as well, possibly swimming. So that is it, guys. That is our picks. That's what Nicholas wants to do for science when it comes to the good and the beautiful. That's our history, Bible, all the things. Let me know if there is a certain science history unit that you are very excited for, any electives. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.